Hello, my name is Angie Torres, and today I'll be presenting the life skill assignment number 2 for the legal, ethical, and social values of business. So for this study case, we have Fertilife, which is an American company that is specialized in creating fertilizers that make plants grow faster and bigger than usual. So Fertilife expanded its business to Mexico because of the minimum requirements that the law asks to protect the environment. Fertilife made an agreement with the owner of a fertilizer company from Mexico that was struggling financially. Whenever they moved to Mexico, issues started to raise in a company because the Mexican employees weren't treated the same way as the American or the Canadian employees. The company started to do some experimental fertilizing techniques that was creating health issues for the workers and for the and it was bringing a global negative attention to the company. Also, another issue was that Mexican female workers were claiming that the American managers have made disparaging remarks about them and have shown some inappropriate behavior towards them. These workers went to the top managers to complain about the issues, but no solution was given. What is even worse, the situation and the behavior of the American manager got worse. So for this study case, we are going to look at various approaches. So let's start with Robert Jackal and his view of the moral mazes, bureaucracy, and managerial work. In this article, Jackal indicates that a system of management by objectives often makes only the objectives seem important, therefore making it seem that there is no place for morality or ethical behavior. So in this case, for Fertilife, the company just wants to achieve the goal, which is to develop new techniques to fertilize, which in what side is a right thing to do because the company needs to make profit and they need to create new products to do that also. But they need to take in consideration the health and the integrity of the Mexican employees. For me, it seems that the company at this point, they really don't care about the Mexican employers, and it's immoral to not take care of the employees because employees make a huge part of the company and is a very important part of the company since the employees are like working on the production and the distribution of the product and all of that. The next article that we can look is the Employment at Will, Employment Rights and Future Directions for Employment by Tara Radin and Patricia. In this article, they mention that if an employer can fire someone at will, they think that also an employer can violate the basic human rights. This study is related to this view because the management team from Fertilife is violating the human rights of the Mexican workers. The conditioning of the Mexican workers are very bad in comparison to the American and the Canadian workers. Mexican employees are receiving inappropriate comments and behaviors toward them, and managers have done nothing to make sure this doesn't happen. For me, it looks like the company is taking advantage of the situation of the Mexican employees because they know they need the job and the money, so they won't leave the job even though they are being treated in an unethical way. We can also look at the article by Jeffrey Pfeffer, People, Profits, and Perspective, which in this article they argue a couple of things. But one that can be related to this study case is putting people first, which means treating people well, developing and retaining them, and managing in a way consistent with the company's values. So company needs to put their employees first, and then if you take care of your employees, they will be happy in the workplace, and they will have a better way of work, that it will show in effectiveness, like improve the production time, and it will help the company to make a better profit. So the plan action that I think the company or the employees need to take is for this situation is that they need to speak up about all the unfairly behaviors they are receiving. Employees need to make sure that they are heard and that actions are taken to change all the bad situations towards them. And if this doesn't work, I think the employees need to write a letter or a memo to the CEO of Fertilife in American, and they need to explain him the situation that is going on in Mexico, and they need to demand changes because the rights of the employees are being violated by the manager. So I think it is an obligation for Fertilife to change and improve the situation for Mexican employees, because the company is in their country, and if Fertilife does not care about the Mexican society, it will be a huge problem for them, to the point that the company could get sued because of their unethical and moral behavior towards the Mexican employees. So if the CEO decides to add about the issues about the issues in Fertilife in Mexico, I think they will need to change the management team. They need to add like a training programs for the previous Mexican managers, so they can go back to their job positions, because they have a better understanding of the Mexican culture. And if they know the goals and the values that Fertilife are trying to put as a company, then I think it will have a better result. I think also Fertilife needs to add an employee conduct and disciplinary action for every employee in the company, including top managers to low workers. So if any rules are violated, actions will be taken, and this will help to have a better environment to the work within the work. That's it.